All right, as we continue to watch people go into the polls right now on this very, very important day, you got to wonder what the role of the media has been in all of this and the bias that the media has had. Join me right now as the host of MediaBuzz on Fox News, Howard Kurtz. Howie, good to see you. Good to have you in the house.
Same here.
I mean, I think the media has been extremely biased, not afraid to show its bias. I mean, in previous election cycles, they maybe tried to pretend they weren't, all liberals.
There, yeah.
Right. But now the gloves are off. And how do you think that's actually going to affect the outcome?
Well, I think a divided country can now finally come together and say, boy, the media did a lousy job, because everybody is hating on us. Even people on the left, people who are supporting Hillary Clinton, think we turned this email thing from a grade C scandal into a major story. But there is simply no question, if you look at the sheer volume and negativity, I'm not just talking about commentary, but of straight news reporting, that the media have tilted heavily against Donald Trump, have written him off prematurely. And here he is, we're going in tonight. He has a shot at winning this thing despite the opposition of much of the press.
In other words, it shows you that much of the press is completely out of touch with what mainstream America is actually thinking. I mean, I've made the point that, and to you I've made this point, too many people are living these rather affluent lifestyles in big cities, and they don't know what it's like to be living paycheck to paycheck and to have to worry about whether or not your factory is going to shut down in the middle of America.
There's a dual problem here that will last beyond the election results tonight. One is that how could we so completely misjudge a candidate just because a lot of people, journalists who have liberal friends, think that he was a despicable character. But he's going to get at least 40 million votes tonight. What about those people? How is it that we are completely unprepared?
I mean,
and he might win. I'm not doing it as a... Yeah, he might win. But win or lose, so many Americans are frustrated with what they see as a broken political system in Washington. The media proved to be very out of touch, particularly in New York and D.C. and L.A.
So, in other words, the biggest loser, perhaps, in this entire election cycle might actually be mainstream media.
Other than Billy Bush, who from Access Hollywood got kicked off the Today Show. But yes, mainstream media is going to be a long time to recover its credibility.
I think in some ways it's actually hurt journalism and what journalism stands for. I mean, I believe in transparency, and viewers know if I have a feeling about something, you'll know.
You're not shy.
But I also try to make sure, and we do this on this show, and we do this on this network, I make sure that we have both sides. That, you hear, for example, we had Lord Trump on the show, and then we had Chris Hahn, and Democratic strategist, Leslie Marshall, a Democratic strategist. We want to make sure that we're presenting both sides. But there doesn't seem a will or a way in other places.
Viewers are smart. They can tell when people have their whole fist on the scale. And the worst thing to me is journalists and media critics who have defended and justified the more negative approach to Donald Trump on the grounds that he's not an ordinary candidate. We don't need to have the usual standards of fairness. That is bunk. That's not journalism. And it has embarrassed me a lot.
What? They kept him in the entertainment section?
Yeah.
Anyway, Howie, always a pleasure to see you.
Thanks,
Thank you so much. Make sure, everyone, you tune in to watch Howie on MediaBuzz. Happens every weekend, 11 a.m. Eastern on Sunday. We're going to take a quick break.